Alright, well, I'm heading out. I'm going to start my overnight camping experience. Hopefully this video isn't going to be too shaky. It was real hard getting started. Just so many things going wrong, and maybe I'll sit around and tell y'all about it later. But right now I'm kind of going into a wildlife management area. Going to try and get down by the river, do some fishing, just kind of hanging out and getting out there, which I haven't done very much of in a long time, so I'll get with y'all later. Okay, I think I might have gone the wrong way. And, you know, when you're looking at something on a map, on Google Map, really not just a map, but Google Map, you know, who knows how old that is and how up to date the trails are and all that on it, and especially in an area like this. And I know I was supposed to come across some power lines, and I was kind of hit power lines and cut down them to get to the river. But this doesn't look right, and now I'm kind of coming into an area that looks a little overgrown. Someone's obviously been through here, and I've seen a lot of horses back on the main road to get into here. So I'm thinking that's what people run through here. But you know, some of the steps just look too wide apart to be a person. But I think I'm gonna backtrack and try and head down the main path and see if I can intersect the power lines. It'll take me a little longer, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. But alright, I'll get back with y'all. Alright, here's a spot for me to take note of. It's a little creek down in there, and if I can't find a spot and I can't get to where I want to go, I know the woods look awful dense, but up the hill here, back behind all that stuff on the edge, all that brush on the edge, it looked like there was actually some clearing. So if I can't find anything, I can always come back to this spot. You know, it wasn't too bad to get to, depending on how far out I hike. And then, like I said, there's water there, so I only brought 24 ounces. You know, I just got a Gatorade bottle, and you know, just filled that with water because I figure I've got the Sawyer mini squeeze, and I'll use that to fill up with water. So it's just an option, and it's always good to keep an idea out on your options. But back up we go, and let's see if we can't get to the right spot. Okay, well, got a little turned around. The trails aren't marked very clearly, and I came out to actually a farm, but they said the river's just up ahead, and they said they would let me go ahead and walk down through, and then I'll cut back along the river to where I'm going to camp at, because this is, you know, their property. But thanks to all those nice people out there who let you do stuff like this. Okay, I'm kind of doing the setup here, and right out there is the river. It's kind of a steep bank to get down, but I think it's doable. Here's my tent, and I'll go over that. I'll probably do a whole nother video on it. It's called Embark. It's from Target. It costs like 30 bucks, and it's actually been a really good tent. Ended up stopping this kind of, as you can see, this trail. There's like a clearing. What it was is there was a trail leading back, and I've been following it for I don't know how long. It just kind of stopped here, and there's a little clearing big enough for the tent, and you know, I can get a fire in here. I'm not going to go real crazy with the fire. It's actually pretty warm. As you can see, there's plenty of firewood. Sorry about shaking this, but I don't have one of them stands. So I'll get the tent set up, get all my stuff stashed, and I'll get back with y'all. Alright, time to get some water. With the way the glare is, I can't see how much I'm in the shot and how much I'm not, so hopefully this gets through. It's a little bit of a steep descent getting here. Now, I've tried this thing at home, just filling up in a faucet, and I know there's problems with it filling in still water, and this is still water. So hopefully we can get her to fill. I'm not in a huge hurry, so if it takes a little while, that's okay. I can see what they mean by not filling very easily. You're probably going to have to dip your hand in the water. I have a sanitizer, so it should be all right. If the bottom would open up, it would probably fill a lot better. There we go. Yeah, I can see that's going to be a real pain. But you make do with what you got. Let's see if we can do this without contaminating our drinking water bottle. Trying to touch just the outside of things. Now, one of the things I've seen is, people complain about the seams leaking. Well, Sawyer tells you, be gentle. Don't smash it. It seems to have a pretty decent flow. First one's done. Let's give it a taste. Tastes good. I'm gonna keep doing this. Y'all don't need to be bored watching it. Now I'll tell you, I'm allergic to bees, and someone who's allergic to bees doesn't want to see that. That's a big nest. Gotta watch out. Okay. I didn't really want to fire, but I figure I'm out here to practice these skills, so I just got a little pile of stuff, and I got up some grasses, and we'll just kind of get one started. And then I'll decide if I want to keep it going. I'm sweating, it's hot. I do need to make more char cloth. I got plenty of cloth in here, but it's not charred. Yeah. Get my striker and all out, and hopefully she takes. I do have to say, I'm not using flint, it's just a piece of quartz, and it doesn't always give the best spark. Really do need to find me a piece of flint. So now we're not getting any sparks. Alright, well, we're going to do it this way, and I know it's kind of cheating, but I got to get a better rock or something. There we go. Well, let that be your lesson. Have your stuff ready. I'm going to turn it off, gather some more starter, and come back to you. Okay. Let's give this another go here, shall we? I don't have that much guitar cloth left. Which was my fault. And, you know, I should have made more before I came out, but I figured I would make it when I came out. Yeah. Okay, well, when all else fails, it's always a good idea to have a backup. Got some petroleum jelly soaked cotton right there. Everybody's good old fallback, and maybe when you're watching this video you can tell me you seen what I did wrong or something. You know, I probably needed more tender. Got bits of straw or hair, whatever it is, in my mouth. And that's why it's important to bring it back up. Now, I didn't bring anything else. I just brought the couple cotton balls, the char cloth, flint and steel, well, flint and quartz, and the ferrocerium rod. Now, I do have some MREs, which I'm sure have matches in them, and if I need to, we've got them, but looks like we've got it. Alright, just getting dinner ready. Got a pack of MRE tortillas. There's 2 tortillas in there, and just one of them little, well, the larger cans of chicken, and I had some barbecue sauce in a packet, so I'm just going to make that up and have some barbecue tortillas, I guess you want to call them. So let's see how they taste. Alright, here we've got one made up, and see how they taste. I can tell you, I think I needed more sauce. Not bad. The tortillas, it's a tortilla. It doesn't taste preserved or extra or anything like that. Sorry, I had an ant there. I kind of think most tortillas sold in the package that are sold like that are actually a little bit underdone. But I mean, for being what it is, it's pretty good. I should have brought some hot peppers or something. And I hope I'm in frame. I guess I am. I was saying earlier that I've been out here once before. And what it is I took a trip on my motorcycle. And it was to another section. And I was hoping to, you know, go out on the bike, park somewhere, hike in a little ways, and, you know, spend the night, do a little fishing. And it went well for the first bit. Hot. It went well for the first bit, you know, where I was at. Wasn't that far in. It was kind of along a trail where a lot of people were going. So I had some people pass through. But it had a beautiful spot. Absolutely beautiful, right on the water. And as the night went on, I started to get a headache. And I thought it was dehydration. So I started downing. I had a bottle of Gatorade, and I started downing the bottle of Gatorade, and I just wasn't feeling any better at all. And after I was getting a headache, it started getting real bad. I started getting real bad nausea. And so I just knew, you know what, this is a bad deal. Let me go on home. My brother lives not that far away from here. Now, the bike ride back, you know, I hiked in maybe a quarter of a mile, half a mile, something like that. The bike ride back, I was so out of it, I forgot to put on my safety glasses, uh, you know, eye protection. I forgot to put on gloves. And in that back, it was a cool night. And even on the walk back, I mean, I was just feeling so bad. I was soaked in sweat. And we're probably talking in the 60s on flat level terrain. Uh, it was a nice, good pathway. Part of it was almost a gravel road. It's not a road, but you know, it's an access type thing for the maintenance people. And it was just a horrible experience. I ended up having to go to my brother's. He wasn't even home that weekend, but luckily, uh, someone was at the house that was able to let me in. And I took some medicine, and I ended up just crashing out. And I really didn't even want to ride the bike back the next day. I just still didn't feel all that well. But I didn't want to leave the bike either. So hopefully this night goes better. I mean, it started fine. I haven't had any difficulties really. Uh, I kind of got lost. The markings on the maps are not accurate. I mean, they're not even close. Like the trail I was dropped off on, which my brother dropped me off. Like I said, he lives close by. Instead of leaving my truck out there, the trail I was dropped off on was supposed to lead straight to these power lines, and I was supposed to be able to follow the power lines straight down to the river. And I'll tell you, I went and ended up outside the wildlife management area onto some private property, and I ended up, you know, I sat for a minute, collected my thoughts, and I just said, you know, I've got to ask where I'm at in relation to the river. When I asked Lady, she was like, oh, well, the river's right down this road. It's a private road, though. But she had been through that, and she said it's very confusing back there. She understood, and she was like, well, I'll tell you what. It's actually my parents that owned that road down there. She said, I'll call them and let them, you know, give you access. And so what I did is I followed that road down, hit to about where the river was, and I cut back over into the wildlife management area to the spot I'm at now. So it's a nice little spot. I was hoping to do some fishing, but the bank is just so steep. I collected the water, and I said, you know what? It's not just that it's steep, but it's loaded with brambles going down it. So even going down to get my water, I slipped and I got caught up, and I didn't get cut up too bad. But you know, it just said, you know, it's not worth messing with. So I'm gonna finish my dinner, and this probably be the last I do tonight. It's getting a little bit late. Not too late. I mean, it's only about 7:30. But the sun will be going down soon, and I don't think I want to make any more fire. It's just too warm. I just kept it going long enough to make the char cloth and make my dinner. So I'll probably see y'all in the morning. Just want to show you this. I wasn't paying attention, and I was talking to you, so I just set the thing back in, and I had my spoon out, and I think it's still warm enough that I might be able to. But anyhow, it started to melt a little bit. All right. Well, it's right at 7 o'clock. Had a good first half of night's sleep. The second half, about 3 o'clock, my allergies just kicked into overtime, and I've been up with my nose just running and sneezing. But when they weren't bothering me, it was a good night's sleep. It's a beautiful morning out. This camera isn't the best, so I tried to take some pictures earlier, and we'll see how well they came out. Gonna get up, get me some breakfast, and last night I said I wasn't gonna fish because I was like, man, it looks like too much of a pain to get down there, but screw it, I'm going fishing. Yeah, it's half the reason this trip was to come out here and fish. Half was to do this overnighter, but you know, I love to fish and I just don't get out like I used to, and so I think it's time to go fishing. If I catch anything, I'll show y'all. If not, well, then you know why you'd already seen some fishing on this video. Alright. Nice little shot of the river here. This is actually on the property of the guy who let me cut through when I was turned around. And actually I met him. It was his daughter who gave me permission to cut through. I met him. He was coming through to float down. The trail I followed, he said, is actually one that he cuts in order to be able to float down the river. So he told me if I wanted to, he's got some stairs that lead down to the water. I'm not going to show that just to, yeah, I don't want to give this guy away. Nice guy like this, you don't want to blow up his spot. But he said I could put in at the ford that's a good ways upstream, park a vehicle here also, and just float down here, take out on his property. So, I mean, it's a real nice thing of him. Once again, thanks to those people out there that have stuff and are willing to share it. I mean, I try and do my part by keeping it clean, not abusing it. And, you know, for all those people out there, if you want access and use to stuff like this, that's the way to do it. You have to respect the people that allow you to use these things. So, I'm on my way out. The fishing just wasn't any good this morning. The water's crystal clear and I could see that there was nothing in the area, and it's too cold to go wading, which is what I normally do here. I wade around. I'll take my canoe to a spot that looks good, hop out, wade around, and fish different areas. But it got as warm as it was yesterday, as warm as it's supposed to get today. It was rather chilly and damp. So I'm heading home.